Hello. Greetings, guten tag. Oh, I didn't even check. I always do this. I always get on here and then be like, "Oh my god, what about my sound?" But now we're here. Can y'all hear me and see me? Let me know if y'all can hear or see me. Mm. Mhm. Lord, let me have put it on the right thing too. I think it's right. Yes, you can. All right. Well, everybody, hold on give me 1 second. Need to make sure that I'm living right. You got to make sure you're living right. I think I'm living right. I got all of my ducks in a row. So happy to see everybody. Listen, we are in December 17th, on December 17th, in the last month of our 2025 year, our number 9 year. I have been directing shows, stage managing, been showing up in different capacities with a heap of challenges. I'm also pleased to report that I have lost 26 pounds. And so I'll be talking about that at a later date. But what we are going to be focusing on while we are here in this season is our 2026 readings. I will be out of town next. I'm probably going to be out of town for the time that actually transitions to 2026. So I said, let me go ahead and start getting some of this in now. Okay, we need to get our 2026 readings in now. I have my clients that that have already been like, excuse me, we're gonna need this. Also, while we are here, there's some adjustments that I made that I want you to see. Let me share my screen. Ooh, not leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Wait a minute. Don't leave now. Share my screen. That's what it is. All right. Boom. As per usual, Christina did not waste no time. So, as you know, you can go to my bio site, and I want you to look at my spiritual services. We have some end of the year situations going on here. Oh my God, here we go. Not the racist people coming into the comments. This is in the afternoon. There's I think there's something that I need to do to put on here that makes people have to have subscribed to me first. In order for them to comment. Like you have to subscribe me for like some hours because that's crazy. Anyways, let's stay focused. So what we have here is we have a blueprint reading here. The blueprint is essentially you know what? Let me just read it. This reading reveals the original design for your life, your birth gate, your soul nature, your ancestral current, your divine missions are read together as living forces that shape how you move, love, struggle, succeed, and begin again. This session brings clarity to repeating patterns, emotional rhythms, and life themes that feel bigger than circumstances. So essentially, we're going to go through in detail each of your numbers and how they work and coexist. It's the blueprint reading. We have the blood remembers. This is specifically a reading that is connected to your ancestors. So this reading is, we're exploring the spiritual current that moves through your bloodline, the unfinished business, the roles you may have been chosen to play without being told. We also are going to examine another facet of the number system, which is parental timing. So we're able to look at what was in the frequency of your birth as it pertains to your parents. So we understand another energy that you passed through, and also what you were supposed to do, show, teach, express to your family, excuse me, your parents. And so that is something that is, it's a whole nother thing. We also have a reading called The Season That You're In. This is where us looking at your personal year, personal month, the age spirit, and understanding what is the season that you are moving through, what is being asked of you, and how you need to respond, preferably with wisdom instead of force. So this reading is going to bring language to restlessness, burnout, urgency, and or stagnation. And it helps us to understand when to initiate, when to complete, when to wait, and when to protect your energy. The season you're in is something that people run the risk of booking more often, because you could do that monthly, every other month, you know. Yeah, it's a season checker. Now, this is another one. The hand that's against you. Dear God. This is an enemy pattern and interference reading. So essentially, we're identifying the ways in which you are opposed, sabotage, misdirected. We're identifying the draining relationships, the inherited vulnerabilities. And this may point to people, systems, environments, or unseen influences that benefit from your confusion. So we're going to be able to examine that. If you think that you got someone that's against you or working against you, honey, you got a good old enemy, we can help break down why that is, how to block it, and how to defend and defeat that going forward. We have an altar within. This reading is specifically for your own relationship with spirit. So we're examining where your faith lives, where your belief lives. If you are operating and working through religious trauma and deconstruction, this is what this reading is going to help focus on and help you to build your own spiritual reality. Spiritual reality. I meant spirituality. But come on, spiritual reality. We're grateful for that language too. And we're going to look at what you've been feeding and what's been draining your energy, right? The altar within is much more important than the altar without. Then lastly, we have a third spirit reading. So the third spirit reading is essentially a relationship reading. So we're going to examine the energy between you and another person, right? So if it's you and your boyfriend, you and your girlfriend, you and your husband, your wife, you and your best friend, you and a coworker, you and a business partner, whatever, to see exactly how the energies work and if they don't work. Okay. So that's what we have. So if you want to hop on that, you can go ahead and hop on that and we'll get you together. But as of today, we are focusing on our yearly 2026 reading and getting some clarity surrounding that. All I need, I got Christina first and I have Kiara. Christina, all I need is your I need your birthday, sweetie. What's your birthday? Make sure to send your birthday. When you send your after all these readings, I should know it by now, Christina and Kiara, but I don't. So please, please, please send that over. Yes, I am. I'm doing readings off of YouTube. Hey, hey. Yes, I am. She said, "You know how I do. I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, off YouTube, like can do it offline. You don't want to pub. Yeah, I can do that. Just email me your birthday and stuff like that. What y'all talking about? I don't know what y'all talking about, so I'm just gonna mind my business and do this. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. I see you, Katrina. And right now for this morning, I'm only gonna take that. Can I have your email? The website is down. The website. Oh yeah, I'm redoing the Inner Light House, but here at gmail.com. I'm only gonna do a max of 5 people today because I have limited time, but I'm gonna be doing this every day up until I go out of town. So we're gonna get everything in that we need to get in. All right, praise the Lord. All right, here we go. So I want to first say this about 2026. First of all, why got me squared up like this? Excuse me. Wait a minute. What's going on with this square? Thank you. I was like, I don't want this little square. Y'all, I got a whole video plan that I'm doing that's gonna break down the fullness of the 2026 year, just as to what the energy is, what we dealing with. Um, Give me 1 second. All right, so 2026. This year was a number 9 year. And let me tell you something, the numbers didn't lie then and they're not going to lie in the future. This being a number 1 year this upcoming year being a number 1 year it means a lot. It means a lot. But ultimately, I want you to think about a 1. 1 is always a new start. 9 always completes a cycle. I know biblically we were always taught 7, and that was something that I had believed as well. However, in what I know now, it is a 9. It is the number 9 that is actually the ending of a cycle, which makes sense, honey. You have a child for 9 months. All right. You see, follow the womb, honey. And then to see how that works. That's all evident in nature. 1 is always going to be an initiator and a new beginning. 1 is always going to be a start of a new 9-year cycle. So we have to make sure that we are aware of that. So that's all. The world is starting. The world is starting. Right? And so let's keep that. We're going to have new sparks, new initiatives, just a whole spirit of newness. Let's go ahead and get started with Christina, who we have. Let me see. May 26, 1917. Okay. Good. All right, Christina. So your sacred count, make sure I'm correct, Christina. 5883. Is that correct? 5883. Correct me if my math is wrong, but I believe that's your count. That's it. Love that. um. So Christina, then Kiara, then Katina. let's get into it. So, as we know, the universal year is a 1. Your personal year this month is a personal year 7. Your personal year this month is a personal year 7. So 2026 for you is not going to be a year that is fast paced and fast moving. It's not going to be a year that rushes you forward, because the 7 is not that. The 7 is a year. 7 is the number of the mystic. 7 is the number of the unseen. 7 is the number of the sabbatical. 7 is the number of going inward. So while the world, Christina, is loud and initiating and starting new things, your spirit is being asked for you to really pause and listen and refine. So don't get down on yourself or believe there's a block if you don't see things happening, so to speak. This is a refining year, because the 8th year is right after that. And that year is going to be 8 is power moves. So you're going to have plenty of movement and shaking and rattling and stuff that's coming for you in your 2027 year. But a lot of times we want to jump into that without passing through the gate of wisdom and study and understanding. So this is going to be a year that is focusing on your inner alignment. All right, before the outer. So if you try to force a momentum, the year will slow you down anyway. So you're going to find that there are things that you do that don't say you just sit still and for the whole year. That's not what I'm saying. But you're going to find that things are going to take longer for you next year, because that's the frequency. It is about cooperating with that, right? And that's when it becomes something that is deeply healing for you. Okay. And so also, because you have that overlay of that number 1, number 1 is also very direct. I said number 1 is that initiator. Number 1 is action oriented. So it is a truth checking year. 7 is also about the revealing of secrets, things coming to the surface. So you will be asked to be very honest about what you're looking at, very honest about what you believe, what you trust, what you've been carrying in silence, and where you just been on autopilot. Because this is a year that wants you to hold yourself and hear yourself clearly. All right. So this is definitely a truth year. And let me tell you something. You know, the truth gets a bad rap, child. Everybody think of the truth coming out and be like, oh Lord, I'm gonna find out this person ain't really this person's daddy, and or something crazy like that. No, the truth is the highest frequency. The truth is also pertaining to you and your gifts and your true path and your true nature. It is the truth. It's not all bad. Clear is kind. Somebody needs to hear that. Clear is kind. Unclear is unkind. We want to be clear. We want clarity. That's the journey. Very highly a spiritual year. We're going to get into that too, but we're going to be mindful of that. It's about you, what you believe, what you trust, what you've been carrying. It's about you. Now, when we look in the element or the space of work and money, oh, also, y'all like my little setup going on here? I think it's cute. It's giving high quality. It's giving elegant still. Anyway, I just had to say that. When we look in the space for you for work and money, as I said, it's not a push year, right? It's a strategy and it's a preparation year. So the best use of your energy is in reviewing your plans. The best use of your energy is in you, excuse me, learning something new, right? Tightening up on the systems that you already have in place. Doing a lot of behind the scene work. This is you get to be a loner. You get to be behind the scenes this year, doing things that you don't really have to tell everybody about. This is also a year about you where you are not really going to be put in a position to always advise. It's really about consulting. Well, let me say, advising not at the forefront, right? Consulting, advising, as opposed to leading the forefront. No, you're good this year. This year. They're interviewing for promotion next week. No. Don't interrupt that. That's good. And you're still in that 6th year. So this opportunity that comes in the 6th year brings promotions and things that help you better take care of home. When you get that promotion, review and organize and structure, and you're probably going to see you having to maintain a lot of more stuff behind the scenes than just in the front. So just keep this in mind, right? You're learning something new. So if it puts you in a new space, that's right in alignment with that 7 year for you. Okay. But it's just more so about what is pouring back into you. It is a very self-centered year, right? And Christina, as long as it is not going to wear you out, right? If you're looking at this, your money's going to flow best when you are being selective. All right. So, if everything checks out, this is a great time for that. Because if that's going to allow you to have some more money to strategize with and plan and plot, then that's right in alignment. Okay. As it pertains to your relationship, I'll be honest, 2026, a 7 year reduces noise. It is a noise reducer. Okay. So if it's a surface level connection, it's going to fade out. Meaningful connections are going to deepen. And again, that 7 that brings things up to the surface, it's going to require honesty. When I look at this here, even for you, the 7, you may want more space to yourself, more time to yourself. I don't want you to cue this as something being wrong. It's the energy of the year. When you don't feel like being around people, make an intentional decision to do something with that time. Something that is nourishing you, expanding you, educating you, helping you. Okay. So this is not a cycle where people typically fall into relationships and things. It's because it's too self-focused, too much of a self-focused cycle. I also want you to know that as it pertains to your body and the spirit, this year is very sensitive. So your nervous system is going to want that rest. All your spirit is going to want that solitude, and you're going to have more spiritual and intuitive hints and information than you usually would have. And that is a big part of that 7, which is why the noise turns down. We spend more time within because that's where the spirit is going to be giving you your information. You cannot ignore your body also this year, because that's going to lead to burnout. Okay? When you honor your body, that's going to lead to your revelations. It's always the same stuff every time. Okay? So the lesson of this year is that do not fall into feeling that you're behind. You are not behind. You are in a space, a season, an energy of preparation. Okay? And that being said, let me just check something here. And you'll be you'll be 56, right? So that comes to a master number 11, age spirit. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a very spiritual year. That's the best thing I can tell you. So it's going to be critical that you have all of your peaceful tools with you, because 11 is so sensitive. 11 is an illuminator. So that truth stuff I was talking about earlier will be intensified. So make sure that you're not having yourself around folks longer than you need to, that drain you, that trigger you, because your energy is going to be high. All spiritual stuff is going to be high. That 11 is a connector piece to the spirit world. So it's going to be high. All right. So that means that you're going to have so much wisdom that is gathered. So the next chapter you enter, you will be confident. No room, no space, nothing, no time for confusion. Okay? Period. So your mantra is, I allow clarity to lead me. Thank you, Christina. Christina said, I'm excited. Yeah, you can be floating up in the atmosphere, Christina. Okay. Thank you. And next I have Kiara. And Kiara, and then I got Katina. Kiara, remind me of your birthday, please. 7/31, 1998. Let me get my water real quick. When I tell you I could not find my watering can to save my life, not watering can, jug, to save my life or anybody else's life for that matter. All right. Woo! Here we go. Boom. All right, Kiara. Let's get into it. So, your personal year is a 3. You're in a 3 personal year. Of course, underneath the universal year 1. If anybody needs to calculate their personal year, you take the month and the day that you were born, and you add it to the year that you want to look at, and then you just keep reducing. Got it. So, let me tell you about this 2026. Because the universal year is 1, Kiara, which is new starts and new beginnings, there are going to be new opportunities for you and your voice. 3 rules the voice. 3 rules expansion and creativity. 3 also rules visibility. But 3 is not chaotic. 3 is a very playful and alive and curious energy. After years of pressure or seriousness, this is the year that allows you to breathe and enjoy yourself again. Hallelujah! I know you needed it, Kiara. So, joy is your medicine for this year. Joy is the medicine. And let me see. Minus. Gotcha. So you're turning 28, which you're getting ready to have on your birthday. You got to celebrate your birthday because there is a new spirit that is going to sit with you for the 12 months. And that is a number 1 age spirit. And that one is going to push you to be your own person, do your own thing, start things fresh, and just all things new. That's going to be right with you. So you're going to have new initiatives to do stuff you didn't even think you would be interested in doing or want to do. But it's all going to be that for you. So this is a year that's going to, you will not be shrinking yourself at all this year. You just no room for it. This is going to be the year to say the thing, to share the thing, to show the idea, to post the content, to speak the truth, to create, to express, redo your aesthetic, do something different. It's all wrapped up in this. Perfection is not the name of the game for this year. One of the challenges is for you to be able to walk in that freedom without editing yourself. Always over editing yourself. And just free. Ask yourself, Kiara, or make it also a goal of yours to live and move in your most authentic self. Most authentic self. Not no less, definitely more. Okay? As it pertains to work and money. Money is going to move for you through your creativity and through your communication. Money's going to move for you through your communication and your creativity. So this is a good year for content, or a good year for art, a good year for performance or writing or marketing or social media, teaching, anything that uses your voice or your personality. That is going to make your money move. The opportunities are going to come through people, right? So it's not going to come through you being isolated and alone and lonely, right? And alone. That's not, if you're going to have to be able to communicate, right? So I want you to say yes to invitation, say yes to collaboration, say yes to conversation. Come on, invitations, collaborations, conversations. Say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what I'm feeling. Let me undress you, baby. Okay? Say yes. That's what's gonna get the coins flowing. All right? So speak that thing, sing that thing, whatever you do with that thing, do that thing. When we look at the area of your relationships, 3 is a social year. So that's going to bring new connections very easily. Grossing your friendships. Even romantic energy is lighter and fun. Not like now we locked down in a serious 45-year relationship. It's just fun. Give yourself the permission to have fun. Okay? But because this energy is so fun, surface level shit is gonna feel very tempting. I want you to make sure that whatever connections you choose, it is because they are feeding your spirit, not because it's an ego thing. It's your spirit. You're like, I actually like to be around this person, with this person. I feel good when I'm connected to them, with them, hanging out with them, whatever. Choose those things. All right? Radically. Because joy is the moment. And the frequency for you. I want to also talk about the body and the spirit. So the 3 is going to want, now you can have fun, but just be careful. You said I'm being facetious. I feel you. Yes. Okay. And to that point, the body wants stimulation. So you need to get some stimulation, get to stimulate. But the body's going to want movement and stimulation. I mean, when you find yourself bored, your energy goes, it's going to dip. When you are engaged, you're going to see all of that energy start increasing. So your prescription is going to have to be laughter and music and creativity and play, fun. That's essential. That is not an option for you. That's like telling a kid you have to go to recess. You're going to have to go to recess. Okay? It's like that. But that's going to be a requirement for you. If you start to feel shifts and down and low and everything, you haven't been activating that creativity or that laughter or that music. And again, remember, you have a one age spirit and a one universal year. So you cannot allow fear to stop you from doing a new thing. Doing a new thing, singing a new type of music, trying a new style of dance, trying a new style of creativity. Just do the shit. I love this. Big things I'm trying to bring into the new year: joy, play, creativity, and connection. Come on, it's the connections for me. It's the way that the all of the stuff intertwines. Yes, so you write on it. So this is what you got to know for the lesson that this year is going to bring. Joy is productive. There is a conditioning of Black folks that is a grind hustle culture and indicative of laziness. If you are having fun and enjoying yourself and you just got to be hustling and grinding and working and struggling, that's not the frequency. What I do want you to watch out for with this 3 is gossip. 3 is very sensitive to gossip and rumors, right? And the tone and what people say. Do not engage yourself into gossip and don't allow gossip to get in your ear and touch your heart. It does not matter what people say. You see how that right there is going to try to thwart your expression and your happiness? Do not allow that. Don't allow that. Okay? If you got to unfollow some people and change your algorithm and watch new content, do that. All right? But 3 is very sensitive to words and communication and gossip and rumor. So just be mindful of that might surface. But the trick is to engage in it. That's the trick bag. Don't engage in it and it will dissipate. You need to choose your joy no matter what. No matter what's going on around you, you got to choose your joy because that is well and that is productive. Okay? You do not have to suffer to succeed, and you don't got to be heavy and burdened to be taken seriously. 2026 is going to teach you that your light is useful. Okay? And so the mantra for me, for you, is my joy opens doors. My joy is a door opener, sweetie. My joy opens doors. Robobo Shiti Shanda. Okay? Thank you, Kiara. Now I have 1,000%. I don't got to suffer to succeed. My joy opens doors. That's right. Now I have Katina. Hey. You're welcome, Kira. Hey, you sent me a thing right on Cash App. Excuse me, Katina don't play no games. Katina has it right and ready. 1972. All right. Sorry, I had to respond to this client. All right, let's go. She's let me look right now. 12:23. Yeah. Okay, the 1 minus the 6. That's right. All right, Katina, here we go. This year, as we know, we have our universal 1 year. And the personal year for you is a 9 personal year. So this past year, you've been in the 8 personal year. That centered finances and abundance and authority figures and power moves and you having to handle business and order and organization, getting that together. Let me also double check. That's 3, 5. Let me see, 1972. 2, 1. Okay. It's not. Got it. Whoa. Hold on. Let me just double check this. Gotcha. So you are in a 9 personal year. 9 is also the number of your divine mission number. So next year is getting ready to be a big deal. The elder, the healer is coming to the forefront. And let me also see this. And you're turning 54. Katina, is that accurate? Yeah, you turn 53 next week, but I'm saying next year. Your birthday next year will be 54. You'll be 54. Right? So you're going to be 50. Okay, you'll be 53 through most of this year 9. So you feel some superpower energy that's going to be on your neck. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, got it. Jesus. Okay. God, I just wanted to be clear about that. So you got a 9 happening on every level at once. Your age spirit, you're in a personal 9 year. You're in an age spirit transition of 8 to 9, right? Because 53, 5 and 3 is 8, 54, 5 and 4 is 9. And your divine mission number is a 9. So this year may feel heavy and holy. And this is not bad, though, is what I'm saying. It's just a lot of energy. 9 is the number of the healer, of the empath. 9 takes on a lot of energy. And so you have a 9 on every level of your life. Because you are in that age spirit 8 means that responsibility and authority and finances and accountability, all that 8 energy is still going to be very present. You are finishing strong and tying up obligations and holding weight. Okay? That's all that energy. Then on your birthday, you're going to shift to that. Yes, Jesse, you can slide in. I definitely have time. On your birthday, you shift to that 9 age spirit. And so the emotional and the spiritual release is going to deepen, because remember, 9 is closure, endings, preparing for a whole nother cycle. So this is the 2-phase year. The first phase, the weight is managed. Weight as far as what you're taking on, obligations, all of that. You're managing that. The next year, the weight is released. Okay? And next year, the next half. The first phase is the weight is managed. The next phase is the weight is released. That's what I was meaning to say. I got you, Jessica. Okay? So, practically, right? Because all this is big, flowery, beautiful language. But practically, what this is speaking to is that because it's your divine mission number, that 9 and that year is syncing up, you're going to be asked to not just study, because you've been studying. You're not going to be asked to just study your purpose. You're going to be pushed into living that purpose. So you will be reached out to for healing. You will be reached out to for this. The eldership is going to be on an all-time high. So you're going to be an example of forgiveness, of release, of empathy, of closure, of clarity, of what it means to be wise and an elder amongst your family and your peers. And it will be based in your living, not in what you say. Okay? When we look at work and money, the first part of the year, because it will be underneath that 8 age spirit, is going to focus on the closing of financial responsibilities. So any lingering debts, bills, any of that, you're going to be wrapping all of that up, getting it even tighter than you have now. Any financial responsibilities, closing those. Handling if you have property, business property, finishing obligations, right? And after your birthday, that energy is going to soften. So you're going to feel less attached to the material outcomes and more attached to what the meaning is. So that does not mean that money is going to disappear. It means that money is going to not be so much of the motivation. And that's just what your frequency is going to shift to. That don't mean you ain't going to have it and it's none of that. It is meaning that it's just not going to be as pressing to you as it has been in previous years, not once your birthday comes up. So this birthday, next week, you're going to be on that money train. Serious. But then once your birthday hits again next year, you're going to see that energy soften. Okay? Now, if we look at your relationships and the emotional life, this year is also going to bring about more emotional honesty. You may be the one that people lean on. They're going to be confessing to you. I told you, it is the embodiment of that elder energy. All right. They're going to seek closure with you. They're going to ask you for help or clarity, or ask you to really show up as an elder even more than it has been already. And that is the activation of your divine mission. So I need your boundaries to be on level 3000. Got to have boundaries. Compassion does not mean self-sacrifice. Compassion don't mean self-sacrifice. That's why we got to have the boundary. Now, as it pertains to your body and your spirit, that transition to 8 and 9 can feel exhausting, but it's going to come with relief immediately. So your body may be giving you clear signs and signals to say, hey, let's slow down. Let's cry. Let's rest. Let's retreat after your birthday. Okay? And what you are feeling is completion. So when you feel next year, I feel like I need to stop this. I need to slow down or not do this or not do that anymore. That's because it is complete. And it is no longer necessary for what your divine mission is and purpose is in this life. Okay? So be mindful of that. If I were to feel, sense, see a deeper truth, or the deep truth of this year, is not only a cycle ender, and because we've been talking about 9 so much, ending of cycle, we can say that it is teaching others how to end with grace and wisdom. Right? So this means that when your personal year 9 matches with your divine mission, the soul is walking in its assignment in real time. So don't fight the elder and the healer. Don't second guess. Go deeper into it. Walk that thing out. Ain't no more hiding or nothing. Walk in that. Okay? Because you are, it's honestly an initiation, if you will. Yeah. That's going to be your energy. So, one mantra, I'm going to give you a couple. I release what has completed its work in me. I release what has completed its work in me. I carry wisdom. I don't carry weight. I carry wisdom. I don't carry weight. And I can, how can I say this? I can allow compassion to move through me without abandoning myself. Because that be the trick bag. We abandon ourselves. And that's not the T. As a number 9, I know how that works. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Katina. I have Jessica. Jessica, what's your birthday? (11/3/92). Got it. Thank you. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. You're welcome. Now we on Jessica. Let's make sure. 3, 6, 11, 3. 3. Come on, Divine Mission 3. You got 2 3s. Jessica, are you pursuing your creativity? Because you got 2 3s in your sacred count. You are? And how has it been feeling for you to do that? Forgive me, y'all. I got some red beans and rice. Excuse me. Yes, writing. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Because 3, that's your divine mission number. And performing at open mics and doing. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Now that, I live for that. It's your age spirit. Okay. So let's get into this. No. Cancel. Don't leave. I'm glad. That's a part of your divine mission. Your mission on this earth is to create, is to utilize your communication, your voice, the things that you write, to bring joy into the world. So, sweetie, you can't put your pen down, period. That's a part of your destiny. Now I'm taking my lunch break. It's good. So for you, 2026 is a 6 personal year. Underneath that universal year, you're eating too. It's okay. Come on. Yeah, because I have to sop this up, child. It's your 6 personal year. So this past year was a 5, which is why it was a whirlwind of energy and emotions and happy and life happening and breakthroughs, just a lot. So you switch into a 6. 6 centers love. 6 centers home and the heart, care, responsibilities, but intimate, close responsibilities. While the world, Jessica, is pushing forward in new beginning energy. Your year, I would say, is asking you a quieter question, but heavier question. What are you responsible for now? And what are you responsible to release? This is a year of maturing. Okay? What are you responsible for now? And what are you responsible to release? All right? Have you been holding on to things that actually is not assisting you in your self-care? Right? In your home life. So be mindful of that. What this year centers also for you is making sure that your emotional and your relational world is together. So as I was saying earlier, that's your family, that's your partnerships, that's your chosen family, that's your home, that's your daily routines. You're going to feel like you want to redecorate, redo, look for another home, a space. It's all emotional, relational, right? How you take care of yourself, how you take care of others. Anything that is out of balance will demand attention. Okay? You cannot neglect the personal self in a 6 year. It just won't let you, because it's going to speak through your body and through your emotions and through your circumstances. All right? So lean into that nurturing of yourself first and then the others next. Okay? If we look at your work and your money, this year is going to reward consistency and care. It's not a shortcut type of year. So money is going to come through what has been your steady efforts. Money is going to come through your work that is based in service of others, right? Money is going to also come while you're in the roles of support, like support roles. And so that is you as a teacher, you as a caretaking, or you guiding somebody, healing, helping someone to heal. You may find yourself taking on more responsibility, but it must be chosen, not a forced responsibility. Also, you're gonna see where you overgive. Overgiving, we be thinking this is a brownie points. No. Overgiving builds resentment in you. When you got that boundary, that is going to preserve your energy and lead to more sustainable living. Wait a minute. You're entering the medical field now after your cancer journey. Where is the light? Where is the light? Timely, service-based work. Service-based work. Caretaking, helping. That 6, nursing, any type, all of that medical, the assisting in the healing, the nurturing, the caretaking of other people, that's all in that 6 energy, and that's right on point. Okay? And use that 3 superpower while you're in there, of your words, of what you can speak life into, what you can declare. Use that, because that's 2 numbers in your sacred count. Okay? Relationships and connections for you. This is a relationship refining year. So you're going to see that you will have bonds that will deepen for you. The commitment will deepen. And the imbalances reveal also. And that's okay because you're learning how and what it means to love without the self-erasure. 6 is also the number of the mother. So you could imagine the mother who just gives and gives and gives to their child. The mother just forgot everything about them. Their mother leaves themselves in the closet every day while they go out in the world and help their children. And so the mother has to learn balance. And so that's also a part of this. Okay. Relationships that are worth repairing, you can repair them. Relationships that are not worth repairing, hey, release. Release that. Okay. In the body and in the spirit, your body's going to mirror your emotional life. So stress will show up real fast, Jessica, if you are overextending yourself. So this is what's going to keep you healthy. Rest, nourishing yourself, and being emotionally honest. This is a tripod, by the way. Being emotionally honest. That is going to be essential to your wellness. I want you to care for yourself how you care for other people. Okay? So the lesson this year is one of sustainable love. Not to sacrifice, not to martyr, but the balance. Right? How can my responsibility start feeling more supportive instead of suffocating? Right? Which is great. Mantra for you. I honor myself as I honor others. Yeah. I honor myself as I honor others. All right, Jessica. Thank you so much. Ooh, y'all got some good stuff going on here. Yeah. Real good. This is good. And it's right on point. Come on, medical field confirmation. You're so welcome. All right, good people. I love y'all from a light-filled place. I have a meeting that I have to get to. I think we done ticked everybody off when that was on. Ticked them off. Got to everybody that sent. Did I miss anybody? Let me just make sure. No, I think we got to everybody. We had a small crowd this morning. Yeah, perfect. Okay, love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace, everybody.